of a young man. I don't think there's anything funny about it. I posted a message on Instagram on the day he was killed, sending love to his family and asking for compassion, and I meant it, and I still do.
In his almost 30-minute-long remarks, Kimmel also delivering a searing defense of free speech.
A government threat to silence a comedian the president doesn't like is anti-American. That's anti-American.
And praising Charlie Kirk's widow, Erica, for forgiving her husband's shooter.
A selfless act of grace, forgiveness from a grieving widow. It touched me deeply.
Just before the show, President Trump slamming Kimmel's return, posting, "I can't believe ABC fake news gave Jimmy Kimmel his job back." The White House was told by ABC that his show was canceled. He then suggested potentially taking legal action against the network again. Kimmel firing back.
The President of the United States made it very clear he wants to see me and the hundreds of people who work here fired from our jobs. Our leader celebrates Americans losing their livelihoods because he can't take a joke.
Despite ABC bringing back the show, Jimmy Kimmel Live did not air on nearly 60 ABC affiliates nationwide. The owners of those stations, Sinclair and Nexstar, which both have pending business before the FCC, saying they won't run the show. FCC Chairman Brendan Carr praising that decision, writing, "Democrats simply can't stand that local TV stations, for the first time in years, stood up to a national programmer." But Kimmel thanking a wide range of people who have supported him, even his critics, and standing firm.
This show is not important. What is important is that we get to live in a country that allows us to have a show like this.
And guys, audience members at the taping told us that Kimmel's wife and parents were in the audience, that they saw his mother at times tearing up during his monologue. As for Nexstar and Sinclair, they have not said when, if ever, they plan to run Kimmel's show again on their ABC stations. Kimmel's show last night was immediately put up on YouTube, which allowed folks in those blacked out markets to watch it almost in real time. Craig.
Liz Course Force there in Hollywood Live. Liz, thank you.
Also this morning, there's growing fallout from President Trump's visit to the UN. After a fiery speech in a meeting with Ukraine's leader, the president signaled a major shift on Russia's war and voiced frustration with Vladimir Putin, saying he now believes Ukraine can win back the territory that has been taken by Russia. I've got two reports from Washington. We'll start with NBC's senior White House correspondent Garrett Haake. Hey, Garrett, good morning.
Look, President Trump has long been a critic of the UN, so his combative tone in a speech to world leaders there came as no real surprise. But the shock of the president's visit came later in a social media post, cheering Ukraine and taunting Russia's war effort and its economy. And what a White House official tells me is part of an effort to exert maximum public pressure to get the Kremlin to the negotiating table. President Trump at the United Nations shifting his stance on the war in Ukraine. Following a sit-down with the country's leader, Volodymyr Zelensky, writing on social media that he believes, quote, Ukraine, with the support of the EU, is in a position to fight and win all of Ukraine back in its original form.
Let them get their land back. Yep. So we'll see how it all works out.
Just last month, President Trump suggesting Ukraine must make territorial concessions to Russia as part of the possible peace deal, a move Ukraine has opposed.
There'll be some swapping of territories to the betterment of both.
Zelensky praising the president's reversal.
Are you surprised to hear that?
A little bit. A little bit. He showed that he wants to support Ukraine to the very end.
With NATO members, including Poland and Estonia, reporting Russian drones and aircraft breaching their airspace in recent days, the president said those countries should respond with force.
Do you think that NATO countries should shoot down Russian aircraft if they enter their airspace?
Yes, I do.
Mr. President?
Just over a month after rolling out the red carpet for Russian President Vladimir Putin in Alaska, Mr. Trump now stepping up his criticism of Russia.
It could be that Russia's a paper tiger.
And reflecting on the conflict.
I thought that was going to be the easiest one because of my relationship with Putin, but unfortunately that relationship didn't mean anything.
Earlier, the president's UN address highlighting deep divisions over America's role on the world stage. Mr. Trump at times combative, accusing world leaders of failing to crack down on immigration.
I'm really good at this stuff. your countries are going to hell.
The president also making light of malfunctions before and during his speech, with an escalator stopping the moment he and the First Lady stepped onto it, and the teleprompter failing just as he started to speak.
These are the two things I got from the United Nations, a bad escalator and a bad teleprompter.
The White House is now watching closely to see just how President Putin responds to President Trump's change in tone. But in comments to reporters overnight, a Kremlin spokesperson insisted that Ukraine cannot win the war and that Russia's economy remains stable despite sanctions. But also concerns about that tone shift is the kind of thing that can change from day to day. Savannah?
All right, Garrett, hey, thank you so much.